Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a reduced bond has been denied for a murder suspect in eastern Kentucky. And bringing a federal prison to the mountains has been discussed for years. Now that prison is becoming a reality.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Amelia Lee. It is October 29th and it is 5:31. It's also time to check in with meteorologist Drake Foley for a look at your forecast this morning. And Drake, it was a little bit cold last week. I know over the weekend we had our cold temps, but today and for the remainder of this week, you've been talking about higher temperatures, higher than average temperatures.
Yeah, so those higher than average temperatures are going to continue into the next week, and we need to kind of cool down a little bit because our average right now is 64 degrees and our current temperatures right now are already starting to get into our average highs. We have 62 in Monticello, 61 in Somerset. That's 3 degrees to 2 degrees below where we normally should be at this time. Now, if you are going to head out and go grab a coffee, it's time for a medium. It's going to be a little hot as we get into the afternoon, but you could use a little coffee to warm you up into the morning. We're looking at 55 degrees right now, and that's going to continue to warm up into the afternoon. And as you head out the door this morning, you might need a jacket. But then as you get into the afternoon, you might have to break out the short sleeves. We're going from 58 at 8 a.m. to 78 at 4 p.m. And with the allergies going on, you might have a little bit of sniffles after this weather keeps going up and down. Amelia?
All right, Drake, thank you. A judge has denied a request to reduce a murder suspect's bond. M.K. McKinney is accused of killing Amber Spradlin last year in Floyd County. His attorney argued McKinney's $5 million bond is excessive and he was not a flight risk. Judge Eddie Coleman denied a bond reduction, saying the current bail is reasonable given the charges. McKinney's father, Dr. Michael McKinney, and Josh Mullins are also charged with tampering with evidence in the case. The three men are expected back in court in February. Crews in Wayne County, West Virginia, and Lawrence County are investigating a fire which left at least one person dead. That fire happened yesterday morning. Crews were called to a home in the 2100 block of Mill Creek in the Fort Gay area. The home was destroyed in the fire. Officials say remains were found inside. The name of the person has not yet been released. A Wayne County, West Virginia woman has been accused of harming a disabled child in her care. The reported incident happened earlier this year at the Cross Lanes Child Care and Learning Center in Conococheague County. A former employee at the Learning Center told police she witnessed Amber Sealer hitting a 4-year-old special needs child in the mouth. Sealer was charged with battery and assault of a disabled child. 2 people are facing charges after a large amount of drugs were found in a Laurel County home. Jamie Deaton and Alicia Isom were arrested last Friday following a 2-month investigation. Police say a search warrant was executed at a home on Roy Duggar Road. They say fentanyl, assorted pills, and drug paraphernalia were found. More than $43,000 in cash was also found. Deaton and Isom were taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. In Pike County, a woman is facing several charges, including assaulting a police officer. The incident happened when police responded to shoplifting complaints last Friday at the Pikeville Walmart. Police say Lori Fields picked up items and left without paying for them. She reportedly resisted arrest and then began to fight officers. Fields was found with fentanyl, cocaine, and other drug paraphernalia. A warning from the Whitley County Sheriff's Department. They are investigating recent thefts from vehicles in the Corbin and Bee Creek areas. Folks are being asked to remove vehicle keys and to lock doors. You're also advised to take out items that are within view of the vehicle's windows. If you have any information about these thefts, you are asked to call dispatch at 606-549-6017. Attorney General Russell Coleman made his way to Somerset yesterday to announce 2 grants. They are going to a social services organization that he believes will have a pivotal role in the fight against the opioid epidemic. WYMT's Austin Hicks was at the announcement.
Community leaders from several counties gathered at the Volunteers of America, located in Somerset, to see the Attorney General's office and Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission celebrate 2 grants to the Volunteers of America. The 2 grants that the VOA is receiving are worth more than $1.6 million and will be used at the VOA facilities in Pulaski County and Lincoln County. Attorney General Coleman said the battle against substance abuse can be fought on 3 fronts, and with these grants, they are supporting the VOAs in the region fight on one front.
We need to lean in on the prevention space. That's the direction that I've asked the commission to pivot towards. That's the direction they're investing in. So it takes 3 legs of that stool to effectively push back.
Attorney General Coleman said the VOA is how they fight the opioid epidemic on a front other than arrests and convictions. And the Somerset location celebrated their ribbon cutting less than a year ago. The facility serves not only Pulaski County, but several others as well.
Community Center is really important to not just Pulaski County community members, but the region. We are creating a safe space for folks to come, to be served, to get peer support services, to get access to treatment, and just to have some sober fun and realize they can be part of a recovery community.
The Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission is providing the funding for the grants, and Executive Director of the Commission, Chris Evans, said it is their role to find different avenues to combat the substance abuse issues in the Commonwealth.
It's important to understand that, again, the role of the Commission is to support those efforts across the Commonwealth. We want to take that money, and as the Attorney General referred to it as blood money, and try to change the trajectory of the opioid overdose crisis and what it looks like in substance use.
During the conference, Attorney General Coleman discussed the Better Without It campaign that is targeted towards fighting substance abuse in Gen Z. In Somerset, Austin Hicks, WYMT Mountain News.
Attorney General Coleman says the campaign will be fully active in 2025. According to his office, this is the first campaign of its kind in the country. Following the SOAR Summit, organizations throughout the region were given grants to help with projects. One of those organizations is Volunteers of America, and that's in Somerset. The VOA received a total of $1.6 million from the Appalachian Regional Commission and the Department of Local Government. They will use those funds to create a workforce reentry program in 11 counties. The CEO of VOA says it wants to be an active leader in communities.
We don't want to be a provider that sits on the sideline and is passively waiting for someone to find us. We want to be actively engaged in communities. We want to be right there when someone in need is ready to take that next step to facilitate that next part of their journey. And we're just so honored to get to do this through the Power Grant.
Hancock says the VOA is constantly looking for new ways to bring services to the folks in the Commonwealth. Plans have been approved to begin construction on a new federal prison in Letcher County. The Bureau of Prisons will purchase approximately 500 acres of land in the Roxana community to build this prison. Officials say it will be designed to hold roughly 1,400 adults in custody. And here is what Congressman Hal Rogers had to say about the new prison. Quote, "I think you'll see more gas being sold and groceries being bought and people buying other goods and services in Letcher County. So this will be a big spark in the economy of a county that needs jobs," end quote. Congressman Rogers says it will take approximately 1 year to begin construction on the prison. The prison has been a topic of discussion for many years. Renovations are underway at a southeastern Kentucky community and technical college campus. Administrators with SKCTC have announced a $3 million renovation project that started at their Pineville campus. Crews will be working to install a new HVAC as well as a new roof, new flooring, and fresh paint. Administrators did not release a timeline for the project. The USDA is offering SNAP benefit replacements for Kentucky households affected by Hurricane Helene. This is for 15 counties in Kentucky, including several in our area. Folks in Estill, Lee, Leslie, Menifee, Owsley, Powell, and Rowan counties will be eligible for those benefits. SNAP recipients in other areas may request replacements by submitting an affidavit. Additional details are available through the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says they have dispatched more than 200 crew members to North Carolina to help with recovery from Hurricane Helene. They are working with crews to cut trees, rebuild roadways, and more. The first few crews left from the Lexington, Flemingsburg, Jackson, and Pikeville highway districts earlier this month. Officials with the Transportation Cabinet have announced that one road in Morgan County will be temporarily closed due to construction. Crews will be working on Kentucky 437 in the Elementon area today. Officials say crews will replace a drainage pipe at mile 1.76. The work will start at around 8:30 this morning and should be completed by 2:30. If you're driving there, you can use Kentucky 172 and Kentucky 589 as alternate routes. Kentucky State Police are offering tips to keep your family safe this Halloween. KSP says drivers should slow down and stop for trick-or-treaters. Always look both ways before crossing the street. Try to stay in well-lit areas or carry a flashlight. Trick-or-treaters should only approach homes that have their porch lights on. Parents and caregivers should always stay with young trick-or-treaters. And make sure children know to never enter someone's house or their vehicle. If you would like to know the trick-or-treat times for your county, we are working to complete a list of when and where you can find those sweets. Just visit our website, WYMT.com. If you'd like to share your events or trick-or-treat dates, you can email us at news@WYMT.com. Just ahead, a well-known comedian is extending his hosting gig through next year. That and more entertainment headlines in your Eye on Entertainment report.
And those above average temperatures will continue, but we do have a cold front that could impact your Halloween festivities. I'll have the details in just a few minutes.